Alright, hello everybody, I'm back. Fuck, do I want to play 8 Deluxe or Wii, though? I don't know. Both sound fun AF. Do I want to do both tonight, maybe? We'll do like a triple Mario feature. That could be kind of fun. That could be kind of fun, actually. Alright, well, I will post in the Discord. We're switching to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and maybe we will just do, like, Wii afterwards. That could be kind of fun. Alright. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the Mario Party section. That was a lot of fun. Rest of the stream is gonna be, much more chill. Mario Party is a lot of fun. It's always gotta be the start, because it's always so high energy, you know? Oh, I gotta get the cartridge into my Switch. I still have Sonic Frontiers in here. Dude, Sonic Frontiers is fucking dope, though. Sonic Frontiers is fun AF. But yeah, we do a little Mario Kart. Why's he gotta say shit like that? Alright. We'll hop into some random lobbies. How the hell did they make Bowser so obsessed with those riddles? As the Pharaoh. He was like the Pharaoh of riddles. So I know, like, the meta has shifted. I think, like, actually, like, the basic Kart is considered the best configuration right now, but I like this configuration, though. Man, none of these courses are, like, real winners. It says a lot when the best option is 3DS Toad Circuit. That's just, like, that's when you know something has gone wrong. But yeah, I started a deep cleaning of my room today. I didn't get to do a crazy amount yet, because I was also, I was finishing the April Fool's video, which, again, I'm very proud of. It took, like, almost 15 hours. It's maybe the single longest amount of time I've spent making a video. Definitely for the stream, at least. I don't know if any of the old videos I made for my old YouTube channels would have it beat. Probably not, though. Even, like, the video essay I made, because I crunched most of that in, like, one night. Man, I'm so used to, like, Mario Party having, like, the worst input lag in the world that playing a game where I don't have that same input lag is, like, fucking me up really badly. I'm just like, wait, I actually control what happens on screen at the time it happens. It's fine, it's okay. We get a couple good items and we'll be back at the top. That is not it. And the fucking boo, come on. Right as I fell into the pit, too. This game's fucked. I remember to change the category. Twitch does this thing where whenever I change the category, it makes the image blank on my end, so I can't even tell. What am I doing wrong? Again, Mario... Losing at Mario Party really badly, like, it kind of fucked me up. Internally. I really should not have been evil to Sienna those times. Karma got me real bad that match. Man, unless this item, like, fucking rocks, it's over for me. Yeah, I got 3 shrooms. You know, 10th place, take 3 shrooms. That should get you up higher. Got me to 8th. I got 1 point for that. We take it, we take it. I've been neglecting Pokemon Showdown. That's, like, one of the games I've been rotating around. I haven't really played it much recently. Because you know what, I got so into it for a while, and I got on to the top 500 multiple times. But it's always, like, a little deflating when you, like, drop, and then you really start dropping. Because, like, am I really top 500 material? Probably not. I don't think I'm that good at Pokemon Showdown. I think I just have, like, a really good team. It's Jover. It really is. I think the era of me being in the top 500 is maybe over. Although maybe we could come back. But I think, like, once they introduce, like, the DLC mons, like, it's probably over. I think once the DLC drops, that's gonna be, like, a huge shift to the meta. And I'm just gonna fall behind. It's okay, though. I'll keep watching, high quality Pokemon Showdown videos and shit. Shout out Blunder, shout out Pokeaim. But I do not have what it takes to be at the top, at least not right now. And I'm okay with that. You know, if nothing else, I can say I'm pretty good at Gen 9 OU. And you know what? That's better than I could say about any other generation, because I really was not good at any other metagame. Again, I got really lucky that I ended up making, like, a really good team, because that's, like, hard to do, to be honest. Especially if you don't just want to, like, you know, pick a team off of, like, the forums or something, like... I don't know, there are, like, specific playstyles that I'm better at playing than others. Like, I can do hyper offense, I can't do stall. Because, like, that's a much more methodical approach. I can't do that. I gotta make matches quick and easy, because it's less turns I have to think about. And Hyvee, welcome. Welcome, welcome. It's been a hot minute since I played Mario Kart also. Honestly, probably the last time I played 8 Deluxe was the last time I streamed it. To be fair. Ooh. That lightning might have been really good for me. Wonder why they added Birdo of all characters? Well, Birdo's cool. Birdo's been in other Mario Kart games. She's kind of a queen. I mean, I'll take any Super Mario Bros. 2 representation. They never bring in Wart back. Wart got sent to, like, the mines. What the fuck? I'm really glad that Red Shell just decided to pass on by me. Wart, yeah, he's the final boss of Super Mario Bros. 2. He's like a fucked up Toad King. Not like Toad as in the characters from, Mario, not those Toads, but like a real-life Toad. Or maybe he's more like a frog. Frogs and Toads are pretty similar. I'll take a nice clean third. Bort. I need to play FF14 again. Hopefully next month. Hopefully next month. Honestly, it might just be one of those things where even if my friends aren't available to hop on to FF14, I might still try and hop on, because it's been a hot minute. We'll see. We'll see. Thought the Toad King was from Super Mario World? No, that was the... They had, the rhinos and the Koopalings. You will play with me? Thank you, Iberus. It's just one of those things where I know if it's, like, super late night, then it probably wouldn't be realistic for all of my friends. We'll see. We'll see. We will see. But, I mean, I had fun playing it. I want to go back. We have to continue Bort's quest. Yeah, I'm contemplating... April's gonna be a big month for streams. I kind of have an idea of what we're gonna be doing. Obviously, we're gonna be doing the Pokemon Platinum hack. I don't know how long that's gonna take. I don't know if we're gonna do... We're probably gonna do, like, speed up and such for it. Because otherwise that shit'll be way too long. I don't necessarily want that to be the length of a full Pokemon playthrough. We'll do RE4 Remake. We'll get to that. And then after that, I don't know. If we can get to Crisis Core, that'd be dope. Because that's been delayed for a while. I'm honestly thinking, and, like, this is not going to be the most popular, like, full stream choice. I kind of do want to play another Fire Emblem game on stream. Like, we're adults here. And we acknowledge that my critical flaw is that I enjoy Fire Emblem games. I want to play Awakening because it's been years, and I also want to not recruit Noe or Tharja because they scare me. I have them insta-die. And then it's fine, and you don't have to worry about them. And then you have, like, all the good characters. It could be fun. I'm considering it. I don't know if that would be the next big playthrough after Crisis Core. Maybe. Maybe I'd want to sprinkle in Pokemon Black and White too, although... Melon DS is kind of on my shit list a little bit, because it fucked up with the Soul Silver post-game streams, and it fucked up with the Pokemon Black post-game streams, and I'm not happy. I am not happy, and I know I have one more, like, DS Pokemon game to go through, and if there's any more save shenanigans that happens, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be really upset. I don't understand how there's, like, no good, like, DS emulators. Have I tried Dead Cells? I have not, to be honest. I've heard it's good, though. Heard it's good as fuck. I know they did the Castlevania crossover recently. Isn't it like a roguelike Metroidvania? Metroidvanias aren't too much my style. I usually don't enjoy them too much. It is? Okay. Yeah, I'm not a huge Metroidvania person. I've tried to get into some. I've beaten, like, an actual Metroid game. Like, I beat Zero Mission. But that game is, like, really linear to begin with, so it was, like, easy for my baby brain. But, like, a lot of roguelikes are roguelites. Not roguelites. Metroidvanias are too hard for me. Like, Hollow Knight, I played, like, 10 hours of. I don't even think I got that far, because I just kept getting lost. don't play many linear games, so it's hard to recommend much. I don't know, I could play, like, a big open game if it's, like, not in the Metroidvania style, to be honest. Like, if it's in that style of, oh, go through this place, oh, you found an item, now backtrack to this specific part, and backtrack to that part. Like, my brain cannot comprehend that. It's like, that's too many locations to remember. You want me to remember all that? I don't even remember how I got here. Like, I need the game to hold my baby hand. Because I'm, like, 5 years old and I'm lost in the grocery store. Like, I don't know. It's not impossible for me to play a game that has, like, a more open-ended structure. Like, I beat Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet just fine. And, like, there are some RPGs with some big-ass, confusing maps that I've been able to play through. Honestly, Final Fantasy VII is one of them. Final Fantasy VII's map is fucking confusing. Because there's, like, not that many locations, but they're so spread across, and they're, like, small enough on the overworld that you just might miss them. I hate you, Dry Bowser. I don't know, if you ever wondered why too many video games have, like, too many tutorials, it's my fault. It's my fault. Although, is that even, like, a gamer complaint anymore? Do people still complain about games being too handholdy? Have I done streams of Valve games? Yes. I have done Half-Life 1 and 2. I did Half-Life 2 Episode 1. I did both Portal games. I've obviously played a lot of TF2. Honestly, that's, like, a good chunk of their back catalog already. Because I don't have VR, I couldn't stream, like, Half-Life Alyx. I'm not too interested in, like, Counter-Strike. Although they're doing Counter-Strike 2. Although I heard something interesting, I don't know if this is true, it might have just been, like, a lie that Twitter recommended to me. Or something. It was, like, my phone has, like, a news app and it does random things. I found out that apparently, like, Counter-Strike thinks OBS is, like, a cheating software. I don't know if that's true. That sounds kind of like bullshit to me, but it's funny enough that I want to believe it. Because that's just a little silly. No! They don't say handholdy anymore, they say immersion breaking. You've seen people complain about paint being on grabbable edges and breakable boxes being indicated. Damn, if it breaks your immersion, go outside and break some real boxes. You've been told not to play Half-Life Alyx as your first VR game because it will make all other VR games look bad, which you think is a funny take. I mean, it's probably, like, there's probably, like, a little truth to it. Because, like, Half-Life Alyx is, like, a real video game, and most VR games are, like, tech demos. And that's not, like, the worst thing in the world. But when every single video game that comes for your platform is just, like, a tech demo, like, that's not interesting. You get bored. I mean, I've always believed wholeheartedly that VR is not the future of gaming, and I think that it is, like, inherently, like, a very niche thing. And I think that game companies really trying to push VR as if it's the future. And, like, even non-video game companies getting into it to make shit like the metaverse, it's just... like, this kind of thing can't catch on because the tech is not accessible. both on like a physical level and also just a monetary standpoint, because VR headsets are fucking expensive. And if you're like someone who's like going to buy like technology for like your house or your apartment, your brain doesn't go, you know, I should really buy some VR tech for my like $2,000 gaming PC that I definitely own. No, you're gonna be like, man, I need a flat screen TV to plug in my Nintendo Switch. Come on. Like, I don't know. It's just a little too niche. And if it ever catches on, it's still many, many years away. Also, I think that inherently the idea of the metaverse is stupid. I think anybody who's into the idea of the metaverse is, like, a fucking bozo. Sorry, that's, like, the ultimate hater take, but, like, it's just, like, crypto dudes. It's just crypto dudes who are like, man, I can't wait for the metaverse to be, like, a big thing. Get in early. VR is interesting given you have to move without actually moving when playing a game? Yeah. Like, I don't know, I would eventually like to get, like, a VR headset to play some, like, VR games, but one, I'd need the space for it, which I do not have currently, and two, it's just, like, there's just not a lot of good stuff for it, so I'd probably, like, cheap out on it a little bit, but that might also mean I might not get some of the really good shit to play. Like, I get, like, a Beat Saber, definitely. I would be very surprised if I couldn't run a Beat Saber, but Half-Life Alyx, that might be outside of the wheelhouse of things I'm capable of doing. Well, I don't know. I don't have problems with people being, like, VR enthusiasts, but I do think it's, like, naive to think that VR is the future. And I think if you got into VR, not because it's like a cool niche tech thing, but rather because you were convinced that this is gonna be what all video games are gonna be like in the future, you're, like, that is a very naive take, IMO. Like, we are in the year 2023, the big tech innovations for video games, like, that era has been over for years. Okay? The coolest thing that they figured out with video game technology in the past decade is that they figured out you could fit Xbox 360 games on a handheld. Like, we are not pushing technology to, like, these insane limits anymore. It's just, like technology, the way video game technology is advancing now is that we're just kind of seeing how high fidelity we can get things, how consistent we can make frame rates. It's not about finding the next big way to play video games, because that's foolish. It'd be like asking what's going to be the next big way to watch movies. The last, like, big movie innovation was that they found out they could make, like, 20 superhero movies and people would pretend like they care about all of them. Like, like, video games have existed as a medium long enough where, like, any, like, big innovations that come out, it's not realistic. It's not to be aimed for, IMO. Just keep putting out good games, that's all. Unless you can make a video game like a lucid dream, then it's not the peak. Yeah. Like, I don't know, I would genuinely say probably the last big innovation for video games was the introduction of motion controls. And that was, like, 2006 with the Wii. You could argue it was even earlier with shit like the iToy, But, like, the Wii brought it to, like, the public's attention. The iToy brought it to the attention of a parent who saw that, like, this random Nickelodeon game was iToy only. Also, I believe this is 150cc. This doesn't feel fast enough to be 200. I mean, I remember seeing, like, people were talking about when the PS5, like, launched, they were like, oh my god, the controller, the way it rumbles is, like, a new tech innovation. And it's like, I guess it kinda is, but also, if we're at a point where the most exciting thing we can do with new consoles is make them rumble in a more realistic fashion, like, it's like I said, the big tech innovations for video games don't exist anymore. But when you play with the PS5 controller, it really feels like there's a marble in there. Okay? I mean, that's, like, interesting as a gimmick. It's not gonna change the way we play video games forever. A lot of developers are probably gonna see that kind of feature and be like, I'm not implementing that shit. I'm not gonna figure out how to program around this controller to make it feel like you have, like, a jetpack on. I should say also, I'm not saying this to be, like, a downer or anything. Like, I love video games, and I like that we keep getting new video games. I just think that, like, that kind of, like, technological arms race, it's over. And it'll be a very long time before we get anything that kind of, like, creates, like, true video game innovation. Because, like, honestly, as much as I like the Nintendo Switch, it's not that innovative. Like, video game companies have always been contemplating ways to get, like, console-quality games on handhelds. But the Nintendo Switch is the first time, like, one of those, like, actually caught on. You tried to play Undertale recently, but there's no controller support on the Steam version, so you got frustrated trying to play it? I mean, I guess that's fair. Honestly, I feel like Undertale is easier to play without a controller. Like, I don't know, the arrow keys feel more intuitive for, like, the bullet hell stuff. Can you believe I've never played Touhou? And I'm saying something like that? I should play Touhou. I played, like, Genso Skydrift, like, a year ago. You know what, though? The community for that game, they, like, found that stream, and they were, like, very nice about it. Which made it funnier that I wasn't even, like, a Touhou person, and that was my first Touhou game, basically. You know what I want to do soon? And maybe I could do this all in, like, one big long stream? I want to play Donkey Kong Country Returns on Wii. Because I've owned that for, like, probably, like, close to a year at this point, and I was gonna stream it, and I just haven't. I have to make it so I've beaten every Donkey Kong Country game on stream. We're not doing Donkey Kong 64, though, because that shit don't count. Also, it's bad, and I don't like it. Is Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze any good? Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze is, like, straight up one of the best 2D platformers to ever come out. I'm being, like, dead serious about that. It has, like, near-perfect theming. It controls like a dream. It's got really well-designed levels. It's a blast from start to finish. Really, my only problem would be is, like a couple levels are kind of boring. They're not, like, bad. They're not, like, frustrating. It's just, like, when you get to, like, the water world, like, a couple of those levels are just kind of eh. But there's, like, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is, like, top tier. Like, actually, it might be one of the best games Nintendo has put out in, like, the past 10 years. It is really good. And I think most people who have played Tropical Freeze agree, at the very least, that it's one of the best 2D platformers to come out. Man, is it just me, or does the game have, like, crazy, like, audio delay? I've been hearing that this whole time, and I'm like, man, what the hell? Hold on. Replug in. Okay, that sounds better. But yeah, I love basically the entirety of the Donkey Kong Country series. The only one I haven't really played much of is Returns, because I didn't own it. But now I do, as an adult. Now I freaking do. Although if I owned Returns as a kid, it would probably be, like, way too hard for me. Although maybe not, I beat stupid shit like Secret Rings. I could put up with some frustrating bullshit. Especially if it's got a character I like. Damn, I'm bullying this toad in the front. Also, good night, V. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night. Damn, I keep getting red shells. I just keep pelting people with them. Oh my god. Hit that Yoshi with that shit. The audio delay is still happening. Why is that happening? Is there any particular reason for this? I don't have it on any special settings. Maybe if I add it again. Nope. Oh, it's synced up now. At least on my end. Hold on, I have to look something up. I need to look some... Because this might be crazy news, and I cannot... I would love if I broke this news to someone live, and they didn't know. But I have to see if this is true. Yeah. I will let you know the validity of what I've seen very soon. Because in my mind, like, I need to, like, look this up very carefully, because in my mind, I'm like, there's no fucking way this is actually happening. But wouldn't it be funny? Like, I'm being so quiet this race, not because I'm focusing or anything, but because I'm, like, I'm waiting in anticipation to be able to look at this. Okay, we got third. Okay. Let me look this shit up. Mario. Okay. So, Trump is being indicted. It's not for a funny reason, obviously. I wish it was like a business charge, but his ass might actually get arrested. Which would be very funny, and we would all laugh. Anyways, that was the news I was looking into. I was reading an article about it. Again, it was not for funny reasons, so I won't be talking about it on stream, but he's got like 30 other charges on him, apparently, and if one of them went through, more could. He could get even more charges on his ass. It would be very funny if he got arrested. Like, it would be ludicrously funny. It would be like the ultimate karma. And you know what? I kind of wish he did just get arrested tonight. That was what I was banking on when I was looking into these articles. I was like, man, it would be funny as fuck if Trump got arrested. I'm sure we're gonna get some sobbing customers at the store with the Save America hats on, They're gonna be like, I can't believe they did this to the president. I cannot believe the justice system is corrupt. And it's like, brother, the leftists have been trying to tell you that the whole time, but you thought some billionaire was gonna save you. And now the billionaire is getting arrested for what is actually some pretty legit reasons. But you didn't want to listen to us because we told you about pronouns. That shit just don't fly with me. It just don't fly. But yeah, I hope he gets arrested soon, because it would be fucking hilarious. And honestly, getting to see the look on the faces of, like, some of the customers and some of my coworkers, it would be, like, priceless. It's probably, like, it's already gonna be great coming in tomorrow, and people are probably gonna be talking about it, and, like, thank God I wear the mask, because every time it's gonna get brought up, I'm gonna be, like, laughing a little bit, to be honest. Oh, but I bet if Joe Biden got arrested, you wouldn't laugh about it. No, I would. I would. I'm an equal opportunity presidential hater. But Donald Trump definitely, he deserves it. But yeah, that's the news. If that's how you found out about it, you're welcome. What happens if he, like, so, like, here's the scenario I'm imagining in my mind. What if he gets, like, arrested, and then he's, like, but he's, like, still in the presidential race, and he, like, wins? Like, what if he wins, but he's in jail, so he can't do anything? Do they have to do a recount? Stop the count? Like, what would happen? Yeah, no, again, I'm an equal opportunity hater. And, like, honestly, at this point in my life, in my mind, I just kind of believe that, politicians are inherently corrupt. Like, I think if you choose politics as your career, there's something wrong with you inherently. And I don't know what it is, but I'll probably find out about it when you try and pass some legislation. I'm a firm believer that the community is, like, way more important than literally any politician ever. I think that your neighbors are more important than some fucking random guy in Senate. I think what we do for each other is more important than what the government does for us. That's my belief. And maybe that sounds a little wishy-washy, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting day at work tomorrow. Getting to hear, a lot of my coworkers' reactions to that, because we have people in the deli on both sides of the aisle. So there's gonna be some schadenfreude. There's also gonna be people who are just fucking miserable about it, and then they're like, "The country is corrupt, how could this happen? We're fucked!" Either way, I will get to have a hearty laugh about it. And that's what's important. Bro, what the fuck? The entire cast of Mario has come to ruin my race! Yeah, if Donald Trump gets arrested, but he wins the presidency, I think that does mean they install communism directly into the White House. Vladimir Lenin will come back. This is a very serious political stream. I'm the most political streamer on Twitch.tv. It's literally the only thing that could happen. But yeah, I think if he does get arrested, the Republicans probably just find someone else to rally around. Because, like, they cannot be that dedicated to him, right? That seems, like, crazy to me. Like, if he got arrested and he was, like, literally in jail, they would have to pick some other guy. Right? Right? But what if? Well, I guess we'll never know. Or maybe we will. I really wanted to go to Wario's gold mine. Whatever. But yeah, this is the stream where people realize that, like, if they didn't already know it, that I'm a big leftist, and I think politicians are inherently corrupt and yada yada yada. Well, what the fuck? This person's like a liberal, brother. I'm something scarier than that. But anyways, let's talk about fun stuff. Did you guys hear that E3 is canceled forever? Very funny topic to talk about immediately after talking about politics on stream. But so many companies pulled out of E3 for this year that they had to can the whole thing. Where'd they say that? Well, okay, they didn't say it was canceled forever, but it basically is. Because, like, they were gonna do it, but then every single company was like, yeah, we're not going. Yeah, we're not going. The last nail on the coffin today, I think, was Sega and Ubisoft pulling out. I think they both were like, yeah, fuck it, we're not going to E3, and then they were like, oh shit, wait, those were, like, the only other companies we had at this point. Oh my god, we don't have to deal with the Devolver Digital conferences anymore. This is great news for me, and bad news for people who thought those were funny. We should make our own E3. Every motherfucker Morgan stream is like our own version of E3. We have funny goofs, we have funny announcements. Peggle 2 is there. But yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that E3 is just, like, done. Like, once the big three, like, pulled out, I was just like, who the fuck cares at that point? Because, like, when you think about it, like, what else is there? You have, like, Ubisoft, which is a company that is nobody's favorite company. You had, like, Square Enix, whose presentations were fucking garbage for the most part. And it was a lot of filler, too. A lot of Square Enix conferences were like, hey, we put a port of Octopath Traveler 2 on Steam. It happened, like, 3 months ago. You should go and buy it. they had, like, PC Gaming Show, and, like, PC Gaming Show was always, like, it had some cool stuff in it sometimes, but it was always, like, the way they presented it was always, like, mildly embarrassing. Like, they would be doing a bit where they're, like, in a spaceship, and they're, like, fighting aliens or whatever. Just, like, really embarrassing stuff. I don't know, I think without Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo, you're kind of just not getting the full E3 experience to begin with. Because they're the big three. They're the ones who have the biggest market share in the industry. I mean, could you sustain it off of, like, PC stuff? Maybe if Valve decided they wanted to do E3 again, maybe. But that hasn't happened in a long time. When was the last time Valve went to E3? I am gonna miss people going up on stage. Listen, E3 was, like, entertaining because it was so easy to make fun of. Like, these companies would just go on stage and embarrass themselves. Like, guys, we have a special announcement. That's right, Mario is finally going to England in Mario Super London. And then you would hear, like, 5 people give, like, a pity applause, and then everybody else would be, like, looking at each other like, man, how much longer is this shit? This shit cannot keep going on. Every Sony conference was like, they would show, like, one video game and dedicate, like, 40 minutes to it. Like, that one presentation where it was just, like, The Last of Us Part 2, which is like, listen, I get it. The Last of Us Part 2 would have been a big game for Sony. You gotta have other video games to talk about, man. It can't be this desolate. Nintendo pulled that shit, too, with Smash Brothers. I remember that. They pulled that shit with Smash Ultimate, and it's like, listen, again, I get it, it's a very big game for you guys. You gotta have other stuff to show. You get one. But yeah, I feel like every company is guilty of putting on bad presentations, but at the same time, that means they were good presentations, because they were funny. And we got to laugh at them. Like, the worst thing an E3 press conference can be is, like, boring. The IMO, that's the worst thing that E3 press conferences could be. Is if they're just dull and uninteresting. But you could usually get a few good laughs in there. You can kind of get an audience from people on Twitter. But with E3, people watched a good chunk of them. But with the online ones, people only watch ones they're interested in. Yeah. I mean, it was cool having, like, a kind of like a week dedicated in the year where we'd all just, like, talk about video games. And, like, a lot of the times it was video games we didn't even give a shit about, because it was, like, it's not usually our stuff, but it was something to put on. E3 was already struggling, like, pre-COVID. Once COVID hit, it was, like, over. And I think, like, everybody knew it. Like Jeff Keighley putting on, like, Summer Games Fest, he knew. Remember, you think it was Sony who did a big musical performance one year and they showed, like, 3 games? That might have been the one where they did Last of Us Part 2, because I know they did that for that. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I don't want to pretend like E3 was, like, the best thing ever, because it really wasn't. It was just a bunch of advertisements that they all watched. But it was fun, if nothing else. Like, it was, like, the one year we could all gather around and be like, you hear about video games? And honestly, like, that meme of, like, Nintendo always winning, like, E3... Really, I don't know if it's because Nintendo necessarily always had the best, like, quality showcases. I think it was just because they stopped doing the live shit and they just did Nintendo Directs. Where they could get more info out in a more concise manner and they didn't have to embarrass themselves with, like, Wii Music type shit. Because, like, honestly, like, companies like Microsoft were, like, challenging, like, Nintendo's level of output. There have probably even been multiple years where they did beat Nintendo's output in terms of raw stuff to show at E3. But Nintendo got to sit in their little Nintendo cave and not give a fuck. While everybody else had to put on a live show. Man, I could not have gotten worse items at the end there. Fucking Fire Flower and Piranha Plant. Come on, man. My item RNG has been sucking shit. But yeah, I'm not too bummed out about E3 being gone, just because I know, like, deep down, like, we're still gonna have gaming press conferences in some form. And I could actually just only pay attention to the ones I care about. Probably a mix of the edited directs and Nintendo doing nostalgia releases. Yeah, Nintendo kind of has it easy. Because they can just nostalgia bait us forever and be fine. Don't care for realistic graphics FPS games, which makes you more interested in Nintendo's funny cartoon guys. Yeah, that's where I'm at for the most part. Like, I don't mind a good FPS every now and then, but I'm not like a Call of Duty guy. Call of Duty, more like Call of Poopy. I don't know, it kind of speaks volume that my favorite FPS is TF2, which is also like a cartoon dogshit game. Drifted the wrong damn way. Man, I'm playing like shit tonight. This is some fucking horrific Mario Kart 8 Deluxe gameplay. Think games pushing to be the most realistic ever is stupid. You like stylized graphics? That I agree, though. I don't care that much about realism in a game. I care about, is the game, like, actually fun, though? Like, in general, like, graphics don't matter that much for me. It's just, is your video game, like, fun? What can I do that's fun? But in general, I do prefer the stylized look. For sure. Like, I don't need to see every pore on fucking Mario's face. I don't care. They're gonna make me see that in the movie. But yeah, it's like, I don't even think we can really push graphics that much further. Which I feel like has kind of been the sentiment for a while. But it's just like, I don't know, we shouldn't, I think we should be at a point where it's like we don't even reach for like, what's the greatest graphical fidelity we can hit. It should be, how do we make the game run good? You know? That's what I care about more, honestly, than, like, the push for, like, the most graphically intensive games. I just like them to run better. Like, when they make an upgraded Switch, I don't need them to make, like, Mario Odyssey, like, super realistic. Can they just make it run at, like, 60 FPS consistently? Can they make, like, a new Pokemon game that doesn't run at, like, a garbage frame rate? That's all I want. Like, I don't need, like, the fact that we're getting, like, 30 FPS games on, like, the PS5 is, like, a little ridiculous to me. I'll be real. I'm like, you couldn't, like, bump down the graphical fidelity, like, a little bit to reach 60 FPS? How the fuck are we in the... How the fuck are you making a console as powerful as a PS5? It's coming out with 30 FPS games. Bro. Am I the only one who thinks this is a little ridiculous? Want them to run good and you want them to run without your fans worrying? Literally. Like, I just... Like, I don't need 4K. I just need 1080p, like, 60 FPS to be the standard. Also, yeah, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet has a stupidly big, like, ocean box for no reason. Like, it is ginormous. It's like, I don't know what they were cooking. Fuck, I gotta stream that soon at some point. Before the DLC drops. Maybe that'll be after Crisis Core, actually. There's so much stuff I want to stream. Guys, it's okay. Again, I'm very grateful to be in an era where it seems like I have so much shit I want to stream. Or I just keep coming up with new ideas and being like, yeah, I would like to do that. I think something like that just happened because Game Freak didn't have a lot of time to finish Scarlet and Violet. They made sure the bare essentials worked, and that was all they really needed to do. They wouldn't have had the time to, like, be like, oh shit, we made the ocean, like, way too big. Scarlet and Violet is, like, a fucked up video game, because it really is good in spite of the fact that it is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Like, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, by all means, should have been, like, a fucking terrible, terrible video game. But it's, like, actually, like, quite good. It runs like doo-doo, but it's, like, fun. And that's the fucked up part. It's like, this game is an anomaly. I don't know how they managed this. But yeah, if they could do, like, the Switch 2 with, like, Scarlet and Violet running at not a doo-doo frame rate, that would be great. That would be great. When does the NX though? True. Man, Microsoft just kind of shadow dropped a family plan for Xbox Game Pass, but it's like almost $40 a month. Jesus Christ. Bro. Spread across 5 friends and family. Man. I don't know, is it safe to... What do I think of the Breath of the Wild 2 gameplay preview we saw? Oh, I think I talked about it a little bit last night. I'm mad that it looks fun as fuck. Because I was ready to dismiss Breath of the Wild 2 just on the basis that they jacked the price up on it. But, like, all the Gmod shit that you can do in that game actually does look fun as fuck. And I'm mad that it looks fun as fuck. Because that means I actually might want to get it. Because I was like, oh, but it looks fun, though. Fuck you, Nintendo. You were supposed to make me stay true to my morals. Where I would never buy a $70 video game. I'm probably not going to buy it first day, though, because I don't care about Zelda that much. I'll wait until I can get it cheaper. But yeah, I didn't trust in the plan. It looks like Breath of the Wild 2 is gonna be a banger. I'm sorry, everyone. I thought it was gonna be, like, not that... I didn't think it was gonna be that incredible or anything, because I didn't even really care about Breath of the Wild 1, but it probably will be, like... It'll probably get, like, a 97 on Metacritic again, and people will harass one reviewer who gave it, like, a 7 out of 10. Just because it really is... It's just so good that you gotta do it. I think the fusing the weapons thing, honestly, even more so than, like, the Gmod melding and stuff, that's probably the most genius addition, is the combining of weapons. Like, oh, you could put a rock on, like, a stick and it becomes good, and I'm like, thank you? That was, like, one of my big problems with Breath of the Wild 1, was that the weapons was, like, you had to work really hard to get, like, good weapons, and then those weapons would break really fast. But now it's like, oh, if you want to get a good weapon, you just find, like, a shitty stick on the ground, and you combine it with, like, a fucking log, and then you have something good. Like, that fixes one of my big problems with that game. Like, fuck me, dude. The one Divine Beast I beat was, like, really hard because all my weapons kept breaking. Because I didn't even really have, like, powerful weapons. The weapons I had were kind of shitty. So don't mind me, I'm gonna have some chocolates. But yeah, I fill out the apology form to Breath of the Wild 2. I'm sorry. I'm still calling it Breath of the Wild 2. I'll never get used to calling it Tears of the Kingdom. It's Breath of the Wild 2. That's what it is to me. And I bet if I was, like, a 90s gamer, I would have been like, Majora's Mask is just Ocarina of Time 2. I would have called it that. But that's kind of what it is, though. A Link Between Worlds is just Link to the Past, too. The Oracle games are just Link's Awakening 2. Okay? Why we gotta overcomplicate things? But yeah, those are my thoughts. I'm probably not gonna get it right away. Unless I could get, like, a good deal on eBay. Like, someone forgot about their pre-order and they're like, oh, fuck, wait, I don't actually want this game. I hate Zelda. Like, I got the new Mario Rabbids for, like, 50 off of eBay. Which I didn't actually end up playing much of. I don't know, it looks really cool and fun, but I played it for an hour and I was like, man, I just remembered this game was made by Ubisoft. Fucking Ubisoft. And it's like, I'm sure if I played more of the game, I would think it was fun as hell. But it'll always linger in my mind that I'm playing a Ubisoft game. Like, listen, I'm a hypocrite. I play Nintendo games a lot and feel very little moral dilemma about it. But, like, a Ubisoft game that's also a Nintendo game, that's harder. That's much harder for me to wrap around in my head. And again, I admit it's a little hypocritical. All video game companies and publishers are fucking horrendous, but I don't know, Ubisoft is pretty egregious, though. Why? Why did that still hit me when that guy dashed ahead of me? I went from 1st to 8th. 9th. This is my entire life tonight, is I just get bullied. Mario Kart is an evil game? It really is. Man, fuck this. Maybe I won't play Mario Kart Wii. I gotta play something else. After this. We can't do more Mario Kart after I do really badly on 8 Deluxe. Because I'll do even worse on Wii. What would I play for the rest of the night, though? Maybe we go back to that Sonic Frontiers update, maybe. Because I still gotta find the other songs. And I gotta see the other modes they added. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Key BH. First, we gotta get a match in where I don't get, like, embarrassed. I really am taking any excuse I can to play more Sonic Frontiers. Because that shit is really fun. I mean, again, it's gonna be nice having, my free time, like, actually free, not doing, like, stream stuff. Because, again, I'm glad I put in so much effort for, like, the April Fool's video. It's, like, maybe the longest production I've had for something, like, a short video. you know? Like, I've done, like, even, like, thinking about, like, the longest streams I've ever done, none of the longest streams I've ever done come close to the amount of time I spent editing this one video. And I mean, I'm getting a little less ambitious with the Pokemon Platinum hack. I'm just gonna edit the gym leaders in Pokemon League. Because that's like 13 trainers. 13 very important trainers. I was originally gonna do, like, the, like, Team Galactic bosses and such also, but, like, that would, like, double the amount of work I have to do, basically. And after working so hard on the April Fool's video, I just don't know if I have the energy for that. Although, again, I think it would be very fun if I did, like, Pokemon ROM hack dev, and we kind of, like, built teams together, and, like, figured out fun stuff to do with the decks and whatnot. I'm definitely considering it. Especially if I keep up with the shorter, like, late-night, like, variety streams. Guys, I just got an exclusive leak from the ESA after they announced their plans to shut down E3. The Rock has come back to Ohio! Sorry, I'm like a little sleepy bitch tonight, a little bit. Mario Party was just that high energy. Honestly, now I'm having evil thoughts, like, what if I played Minecraft tonight? But I'm like, no, I did, like, 3 streams of Minecraft this week, chill out with it. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Hank! Become a Minecraft streamer? I could. We'll see what happens. Wow, I have never taken that bottom path before. I actually, like, literally just assumed you would just, like, die. I mean, again, with the late night variety streams, we'll definitely do, like, Minecraft more. Although calling them late night variety streams when they've been exclusively late night Minecraft streams is, But we'll see. We shall see. It also depends on if my work schedule stays kind of like this. Because at the moment, this, like, works out. The only thing is that, like, long variety hours themselves, if I work, like, till, like, 8, that's a little harder to pull off. You're probably not gonna see as many, like, regular variety hours, just, like, random stuff I do during the week. I'm enjoying my yummy chocolates. Sorry. Sorry. We already did that topic, but that post made me laugh. It is very funny. I mean, dude, it's a little bit of a dry commentary night. I don't have a lot to talk about. Like, we already talked about E3. We talked about fucking Trump being indicted. That's all the events that have happened in a day. The video game news is that video games have been canceled. They're just not making any more of them anymore. That Goomba got fucking bodied. I got 6th still, I'll take it. Yeah, we should play Sonic Frontiers. TBH. I want to be able to finish that new update. Wait, TF2 updated? Is it, like, anything good? Hold on. Fixed an exploit related to using the snack attack to block the movement of other entities. Okay, we're not playing TF2 then. I checked. It was good that I checked. I mean, it could have been something crazy. It could have updated TF2 and they finally added the 10th class. The governor. Not the right screen. We're gonna pivot to Sonic Frontiers. 'Cause my Mario Kart skills are just not with me right now. Probably should hold off on, more Mario Kart for a bit, at least until more DLC waves drop. Because again, I've played so much Mario Kart 8 Deluxe in my life But I could use a little break from it every now and then. I mean, discovering that new tech with the new bike, that was dope. With Mr. Scooty. But I need, like, the excitement of new shit in the game again. Not that I didn't have fun, but it was much easier for my attention span to wane. So Mario Kart might be on hold for a bit. We'll figure out other things to do for the variety hours. I mean, that's the fun part of it. Anything could happen. Anything could happen on Halloween. But yeah, I'm gonna start up Sonic Frontiers. And we're gonna have a good time with it. What the hell? My controller's not plugged in. Hank. Fucking, I keep saying Hank because I heard, like, Northern Lion say it in, like, one of his streams. And, like, now I keep saying it. I keep going, like, Hank! Hank!